Across America, millions of bottles labeled honey are nothing more than overheated syrups, filtered sweeteners, and contaminated imports hiding behind pretty labels. And the worst part? Most people have no idea they're being tricked. Fake honey destroys the enzymes, antioxidants, and nutrients your body depends on quietly harming your gut, liver, and immune system while tasting normal. Today, we're exposing 15 fake or misleading honey brands that fail purity tests, break consumer trust, and exploit loopholes in U.S. labeling laws. And at the end, you'll see the 5 cleanest, real, raw honey picks plus simple tests to spot fakes at home in seconds. Let's start with the worst offender. 1. Great Value, Walmart. Great Value is one of the most common honey brands in American homes and one of the most misleading. Independent lab tests found its raw honey contained 22 milligrams per kilogram of HMF, more than double the normal level for true raw honey. High HMF means one thing: overheating, a process that destroys enzymes, antioxidants, and beneficial compounds your body expects from real honey. Worse, the organic raw honey version showed mannose levels 3 times higher than normal, a clear sign of syrup adulteration. According to the FDA, any honey mixed with other sweeteners legally cannot be called honey at all. If America's biggest retailer can't guarantee purity, what does that say about the rest? 2. Trader Joe's Manuka Honey. Trader Joe's shocked shoppers when lab tests revealed its 100% New Zealand Manuka honey contained only 63% Manuka pollen. A class action lawsuit followed, exposing that customers were paying for purity they never received. While the court ruled the label technically legal because Manuka was the primary floral source, the numbers told a different story. Dilution, blending, or heavy processing had stripped the honey of its claimed authenticity. The biggest red flag? Its unusually cheap price far below real Manuka honey, which can cost hundreds per jar. 3. Good and Gather, Target. Target's premium-looking Good and Gather honey was also named in the Florida fake honey lawsuit, and for the same disturbing reason: zero pollen. Independent tests showed the honey was ultra-filtered far beyond what's needed for purity, stripping away its natural fingerprint. Without pollen, there's no way to verify floral source, country of origin, or authenticity. What's left is a lifeless sweetener masquerading as honey, with none of the enzymes, minerals, or antioxidants shoppers think they're paying for. The premium label? Just marketing gloss over processed syrup. 4. Nice, Walgreens. Many shoppers assume pharmacy brands are safer, but Walgreens is nice. Honey proves the opposite. Tests from the Texas A&M Palynology Lab found that 100% of Walgreens honey samples contained zero pollen, meaning they legally cannot be called real honey under FDA standards. Ultrafiltration and high heat processing remove every enzyme, antioxidant, and nutrient, leaving behind a clear, sugary liquid with no functional benefits at all. Food analysts described it bluntly: "This isn't honey, it's flavored syrup." Pharmacy shelves are no safer than bargain bins sometimes. They're worse. 5. Berry Hill, Aldi. Aldi is known for low prices, but with Berry Hill honey, that discount comes with a hidden cost. A class action lawsuit accused Aldi of removing all pollen, eliminating the ability to trace the honey's origin or verify purity. Experts warn this level of ultrafiltration is often used to hide cheap imported honey, especially from China, where products have repeatedly tested positive for syrups, illegal antibiotics, and heavy metals. With no pollen and no traceability, Berry Hill isn't real honey, it's a mystery liquid in a honey bottle. 6. Publix honey. Publix is beloved across the American Southeast, but its private label honey was directly named in Florida's fake honey lawsuit. Lab tests showed Publix honey had been ultra-filtered until every grain of natural pollen was gone, violating Florida's honey standard, which allows only minimal filtration. Without pollen, there's no way to confirm whether the honey is truly Florida orange blossom or a cheap imported blend. Worse, ultrafiltration opens the door to syrup adulteration, making a trusted brand no more reliable than discount store honey. 7. Signature Select, Safeway, and Albertsons. Safeway and Albertsons are household grocery names, but their signature Select Clover honey is a major disappointment. Tests revealed zero pollen, proving it was ultra-filtered under extreme heat and pressure. This process destroys honey's natural enzymes, antioxidants, and nutrients, leaving behind a sterile sweetener with none of the health benefits. Even worse, the label still claims raw and unfiltered, which directly contradicts the lab results. No pollen also signals possible syrup blending or questionable sourcing. If you see Signature Select honey on the shelf, keep walking. 8. Kroger honey. Kroger, the largest supermarket chain in America, isn't any cleaner when it comes to honey purity. Independent tests found Kroger honey was heated to extremely high temperatures, destroying the enzymes, antioxidants, and vitamins that make real honey valuable. Researchers also detected elevated HMF levels, a compound formed when honey is overheated or degraded, a clear sign of poor quality. And that comforting label, pure honey? It means nothing legally. No guaranteed purity, no guaranteed authenticity. Kroger's honey isn't just nutritionally empty, it may be hiding contaminants too. 9. Whole Foods. 365 organic honey. Whole Foods built its reputation on purity, but its 365 organic honey doesn't live up to the promise. Despite labels like organic mountain forest honey, tests showed it had been heated and stripped of nutrients, destroying the enzymes and minerals that define real, raw honey. Most jars are imported, often blended or heavily processed before reaching shelves. And while organic certification sounds reassuring, it doesn't guarantee the honey wasn't overheated or filtered to death. For a brand that sells clean, this one quietly betrays its loyal, health-conscious shoppers. 10. Sous Bee Honey Sue Honey Association. Sous Bee has been a staple in American kitchens for a century, but its wholesome reputation hides a major scandal. A lawsuit revealed that Sous Bee Clover honey contained no pollen, meaning it didn't even meet California's legal definition of honey. Investigators alleged that Sous Bee removed pollen to conceal origin, potentially blending cheap imported honey, including from China. Some batches were suspected of containing syrup or contaminated imports. A classic brand? Yes. A trustworthy one? Not anymore. 11. Nature Nate's Honey. Nature Nate's markets itself as 100% pure, raw, unfiltered honey, but lab tests tell a different story. Independent analysis found HMF levels as high as 232 milligrams per kilogram, far above safe limits and a clear sign the honey was overheated and degraded. High heat destroys enzymes, vitamins, and antioxidants, turning raw honey into little more than syrup. Watchdog sites even suggested possible corn syrup dilution, and multiple reviewers called the product heated, processed, and far from raw. Sweet flavor doesn't equal purity, not with Nature Nate's. 12. Smucker's Honey Packets. You've seen Smucker's honey packets at fast food chains and hotel breakfasts, but what's inside isn't real honey. Lab tests found zero pollen, meaning the product fails the FDA's definition of honey entirely. These packets are typically corn syrup blended with trace industrial honey, then filtered until crystal clear to mimic the look of purity. Fast food restaurants often label it honey sauce to avoid legal issues, a quiet hint that it's not the real thing. If it comes in a packet, assume it's fake. 13. Members Mark, Sam's Club. Sam's Club sells honey in massive, budget-friendly jugs, but the savings hide a serious problem. Food Safety News reported that 77% of honey from big box retailers like Sam's Club contained no pollen, proving it was ultra-filtered and no longer real honey. Members Mark is believed to rely heavily on cheap imports from India, Vietnam, or disguised Chinese sources, where contamination with antibiotics or heavy metals has been repeatedly documented. Big volume, low price, but extremely high risk. Avoid it unless it carries verified third-party certification. 14. H-E-B honey. H-E-B is a Texas favorite, but its store-brand honey is far from pure. Tests show most H-E-B honey contains little to no pollen, a telltale sign of heavy industrial processing. The crystal-clear appearance, which looks clean to shoppers, is actually a red flag, meaning the honey has been stripped of enzymes, minerals, and natural nutrients. Because Texas lacks strict honey regulations, HEB can legally sell this ultra-filtered product without breaking any rules. But consumers end up buying nutrient-dead syrup, not real honey. 15. CVS and Rite Aid pharmacy honey. Pharmacy shelves feel trustworthy, but CVS and Rite Aid sell some of the worst honey in America. Lab tests revealed zero pollen in 100% of samples, meaning the products do not meet the FDA's definition of honey. Retailers often import ultra-filtered, low-grade honey from Asia, especially China, where shipments have tested positive for illegal antibiotics like chloramphenicol, linked to liver and bone marrow damage. With only 5% of imported honey inspected by the FDA, contaminated batches easily slip through. Pharmacy honey isn't healthy, it's a gamble. After exposing the worst offenders, YS Eco Bee Farms is a reminder of what real honey should be. 1. YS Eco Bee Farms. This family-run brand follows strict, traditional beekeeping, no pasteurization, no microfiltration, no additives, ever. Their honey is thick, creamy, naturally crystallized, and packed with enzymes, vitamins, and minerals untouched by heat. Food Authority, the Spruce Eats, named YS Eco Bee Farms the best overall honey for purity and flavor. Yes, it costs more, around $30 per jar, but it's one of the few products that delivers true, raw, unaltered honey, exactly as nature intended. 2. Be Well Honey, South Carolina. Be Well Honey shows how extraordinary real, local honey can be. Sourced from South Carolina's sunlit fields, it's truly raw and unfiltered, keeping all natural pollen, enzymes, and antioxidants intact. Its flavor stands out, a layered sweetness drawn from blackberry, holly, sugar maple, tulip poplar, and blueberry blossoms. Tasting Table ranked Be Well among the top raw honey brands in America, praising its award-winning sourwood variety and rich, velvety texture. Whether on toast or in tea, Be Well delivers genuine, region-specific honey with soul, not factory-made sweetness. 3. Local Hive, Rice's Honey. Local Hive is more than a honey brand. It's a nationwide network of American beekeepers preserving true regional flavor. Formerly Rice's Honey, this 100-year-old company offers 100% raw, unfiltered, unpasteurized honey, each variety reflecting the blossoms of its home region. From California to the Pacific Northwest to the Midwest, every jar carries its own floral fingerprint. Local Hive is also True Source certified, guaranteeing transparent sourcing with no illegal imports or blended fillers. Food Navigator calls Local Hive a leader of the modern honey movement, real, local, ethical, and authentically American. 4. Lineage Provisions, 100% raw organic honey. Lineage Provisions isn't just raw honey, it's wild honey, hand-harvested from untouched regions where bees thrive naturally. This honey is never heated, never filtered, never processed, meaning every jar retains the full spectrum of pollen, enzymes, antioxidants, and micronutrients. Both the Spruce Eats and independent testers confirm. This honey is simply strained and jarred, nothing more. It carries USDA, organic and True Source certified labels, plus testing against 390 plus contaminants, all returning undetectable results. With a 4.9/5 rating from thousands of buyers. Lineage Provisions is real purity you can taste. 5. Weatherspoon Manuka Honey, K-Factor 16. Weatherspoon stands at the very top of the global Manuka market, the kind trusted by nutrition experts, wellness professionals, and publications like the New York Times and Healthline. Its raw, unpasteurized Manuka retains enzymes, antioxidants, and bioactive compounds that give this honey its legendary healing power. Each batch is independently tested to verify Manuka pollen content, enzyme activity, and purity. And Weatherspoon never dilutes its jars with cheaper honey. Yes, it's pricey, around $40 per 500 grams, but the creamy texture, floral aroma, and real antibacterial strength make it worth every drop. Before you buy your next jar, here's the truth. Most fake honey exposes itself in seconds if you know what to look for. Real honey is never perfect. It's slightly cloudy, uneven in color, rich in aroma, and naturally thick. Fake honey looks too glossy, too clear, and flows like syrup because it's often heated, filtered, or mixed with cheap sugars. A quick spoon test says it all. Real honey forms a long, slow ribbon. Fake honey breaks into droplets instantly. From smell to texture to crystallization, your senses are your first line of defense, and they rarely lie. At the end of the day, spotting real honey isn't complicated, it's about awareness. Real honey is imperfect, thick, aromatic, and alive with natural enzymes and pollen. Fake honey looks flawless, flows like syrup, and tastes like sugar water. Once you know the signs: texture, aroma, crystallization, and honest labeling, you'll never be fooled again. Protect your health, protect your wallet, and choose honey that's truly made by bees, not factories. If this breakdown helped, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to know what's really inside their honey jar.